Unknown to each other, yet united in purpose, we make the same choices.
After all this craziness, nothing is better than staying safe in reality. It's a massive airship, and it's awesome! I heard it's never shown to the public. Only VIP guests of the family get to board it and enjoy the breathtaking views of Peacony. The Iris family sent us a bunch of souvenirs. Fruit baskets, plus this fancy button model. After you're back on your feet, you can enjoy them all. We are pretty much celebrities on the planet of festivities now, aren't we? The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Peacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like, "The Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to a halt." After all, they can't just reveal the truth about the Order. Now, all the major lineages, except for the Oak family, are dealing with the aftermath. The family has invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for an important meeting. Why the sudden interest in that? Well, I was dragged into the sweet dream. I felt a cold tentacle diving into my memories. But something else was there. So the tentacle suddenly disappeared. And then I dreamed about stuffing my face with delicious food and going on a shopping spree. Sunday didn't seriously believe that was the life I wanted, right? Breaking free from that cheesy illusion was just a piece of cake. Yeah, let's go. We've got some time before we board the ship, so let's catch up with everyone at Dream Jolt Hostelry.
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up to your dreamscape expectations?
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it. But just a heads up, you're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so keep a low profile. And this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's gotta be a whole new experience for you, right?
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life. Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say that. Don't worry. I've hacked all the systems and left no trace. Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go wherever you want, unbothered.
Thank you.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love this fake name. Now that we're done here in Peacony, what will you do in your free time? I hear the Genius Society is here. How about we go stir up some excitement?
Well, you know my script isn't over yet.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities. How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens, right?
You may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you've already made up your mind, and no words will dissuade you. Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Peacony, get one for me too. Just swipe my card, you know the pin. She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep them for yourself. Oh, by the way, Blade wanted you to be more careful. He didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Peacony. He's always so subtle with his words.
Got it. He was just worried about me. Relax, Silverwolf. You know me. I won't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Peacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka, as she never refuses. Or maybe I'll give it to Blade. He'll appreciate it. That's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
Welcome, Director Topaz. The family ambassadors are still inside making preparations, but the big boss hasn't arrived yet. It'll be a while before the conference starts, I'm afraid.
Huh. Quite a spectacle. The family really knows how to make things look impressive. I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location for the conference. I didn't expect them to go with a luxury airship.
About this, Director. I've asked around. This airship, named the Radiant Feldspar, belongs to the Alfalfa family. This conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Peacony's future. Such an important event should have been held at it. Well, somewhere secretive in the moment of morning dew. The atmosphere here, it doesn't feel serious enough.
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it wants to assess the IPC stance beforehand. This influential figure either has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement, or they plan to put pressure on us to make us back off.
Oh, your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss arrives, please remind her to be cautious and watch out for any traps.
Thank you for the reminder, but I don't think that will be necessary. When she's at the table, it's the others who need to be cautious. Just tell everyone on our team to stay focused on their tasks and not worry about the negotiations.
Oh, got it. I'll do it right away.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious consequences. I mean, really serious.
Got it. Thank you for the reminder, Director.
I tripped and fell right here. Just completely face planted.
Wow. So this is the legendary Radiant Feldspar.
I tripped and fell right here. Just completely face planted.
Ooh, free stuff. Time for a break. Silent mode activated. None of the important figures have arrived yet. Huh. Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while. Such a bustling place. I think I'll take a little walk around. Oh, are you hungry, Numby? Food in the dream. Shouldn't taste bad, right? Numby, catch! Ooh, oops, not to your liking, huh? Sorry. I'll treat you to a nice meal once we get back to reality.
services do you require?
So many buttons. How many centuries would it take to press them all? Huh. Didn't expect those pooches to actually recycle them all.
Huh? What are these?
For your safety, please stay away from those objects.
For my safety? Are these buttons something dangerous?
Not exactly. Lately, there's been a prankster in the Sweet Dream who's been handing out strange button devices to anyone he meets. According to those involved, he said something like, "Just press this button and all of Peacony will explode!" Luckily, no one believed him. Still, the Bloodhound family collected these buttons just to be on the safe side.
Where's that prankster? Haven't the hounds caught him yet?
Yeah, that guy has some skills, I'll have to admit that. However, you know, the Bloodhound family won't give up. Whoever disrupts order in the dreamscape will face severe consequences. Anyway, the family will deal with these things. Please kindly keep your distance. For your safety, please stay away from these buttons.
Ooh, free stuff. Hard work pays off.
Greetings, madame. What can I do for you?
Hello. Could you tell me more about the Radiant Feldspar?
I assume you are the ambassador of the IPC Strategic Investment Department. It's my honor to assist you. The Radiant Felspar is owned by Mr. Odie Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. Mr. Alfalfa invested a significant amount in building this luxurious airship an Ember era ago, and it has been sailing across the 12 hours of the dreamscape ever since.
Oh, so it's owned by old Odie himself. No wonder the ship is so lavishly decorated.
Indeed, Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable taste. Only the most prestigious guests are invited by the Alfalfa family to board this airship. Please allow me to continue my introduction. The Radiant Felspar had been cruising over the Sea of Dreams in Peacony for an entire Ember era. But its voyage was temporarily halted due to the recent reverberation.
Reverberation? Such a formal way of putting it. You're really downplaying the whole thing. I apologize. Please continue.
Following the previous reverberation in the sweet dream, the radiant Felspar had to suspend its voyage temporarily. Thankfully, the factors that disrupted the dreamscape have been resolved. However, due to, well, certain special reasons, the Charmony Festival originally scheduled at the Peacony Grand Theater had to be temporarily postponed. So, Mr. Alfalfa suggested relocating the Charmony Festival to the Radiant Felspar, taking this opportunity to announce the resumption of the airship's voyage.
Well, that would meet the family's needs and also create momentum for Mr. Alfalfa himself. Quite fitting for a legendary tycoon like him. Thank you for explaining matters to me. Goodbye. Hello? The Talent Motivation Department? Again? Internal review? Will it ever end? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time to squabble with you guys. The way I handled the Urillo case was approved by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are complete. Can't you check on them yourselves? I just don't understand. Why are you so fixated on this minor case and constantly escalating it? Seriously, what's your purpose?
Sounds exhausting. Why not just hang up? In my opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal for the department. It's been a while, little Yelena. I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble? You can tell me anything. Just like old times.
It's been a while, Madam Jade. I'm honored to have the opportunity to work with you.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal. No need for unnecessary titles like Madam.
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that. After all, you are a senior.
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stonehearts, I need you to be at your best. Especially since the upcoming negotiations leave no room for error. As sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference, right?
I believe old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits before the official negotiations between the IPC and Peacony.
That's true, and it works in our favor. Do you know why?
If we can reach some sort of agreement with old Oti beforehand, and gauge our opponent's boundaries, our future negotiations will go much more smoothly. That's the obvious benefit.
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that as the head of the Alfalfa family, his actions suggest that the 5 lineages might not be as united as the Odes of Harmony would suggest. As long as the influence of Harmony hasn't completely permeated their core, personal desires will always have their way. Thankfully, influential figures in Peacony haven't entirely suppressed their own desires. It's similar to the power struggles within the IPC. The supposed all-for-one philosophy shared by the 5 lineages. It's just a slogan now that the Dream Master has gone.
After the downfall of the Yoke family, old Oti's faction became the dominant force in Peacony. Even if we consider only the succession order, he's the longest serving and most senior among all the family heads.
Yes, that's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy. It's like playing a game of chess, where every move needs to be carefully thought out.
Absolutely. The 3 steps of negotiation. Listen, test, and strike. That's what you taught me.
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarilo case.
That was based on my personal experience.
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but the family head is ready to meet the ambassadors from the Strategic Investment Department.
Time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that esteemed supporting actor. Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Peacony. Aventurine has already made a small opening, and you and I, we're going to tear it wide open.
Welcome aboard my ship, the Radiant Feldspar. Smart and charming ladies. Please, have a seat. Let's have a pleasant conversation.
Oh, free stuff.
Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of attentiveness that might have led to a lengthy wait outside.
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in person. You may not be aware, but the book Odi Alfalfa, the biography, is a must-read for all Strategic Investment Department employees.
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who single-handedly built the Peacony economy.
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts from the Strategic Investment Department. You're definitely skilled in the art of conversation. I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to the point instead. Since I invited you IPC ambassadors on board, I'm sure you've figured out the topic I'd like to discuss, yes?
The future of Peacony, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely. Those few words represent a terribly complicated situation indeed. Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself killed. But what was it all for? Wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
The wisdom and experience you've accumulated over 10 Amber Eras are truly impressive. Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's actions?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. You must have witnessed much in your worldly experiences. However, perhaps you don't know much about Peacony. Old Oti won't sit idly by when faced with a greedy wolf.
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on Peacony. If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important negotiations.
One of our P45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence during the Charmony Festival, Peacony's credibility has taken a hit in the public's eyes. Despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Peacony are real, are they not?
You use the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition and unconventional thinking. Curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Peacony take a significant step forward by self-listing and going public.
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC and go public on a universal scale.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Peacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire universe. Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose. This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Their level of intellectual flexibility doesn't even come close to an old fellow like me. Thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated. The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Peacony still holds immense potential and opportunities, and that the family remains confident in its future.
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right moment for Peacony to regain the spotlight. And if Peacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make will be scrutinized by trillions of people.
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please, consider it carefully.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of information. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments, and to respond on behalf of the IPC later.
Of course. Take your time, dear ladies.
The Alfalfa family had a meeting with the IPC? I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said it was to return the favor. It's not hard to imagine. Peacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces casting greedy eyes and the undercurrent of order lurking within. Instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats, Peacony would rather take a step back and invite the IPC to negotiate at the table, ostensibly to cooperate, but in reality, to secure more opportunities for their own survival.
Well, no wonder they sought the mediation from the Astral Express. In your opinion, who should we stand behind?
I don't think the followers of the Harmony are completely innocent victims in all of this. For reasons unknown, they have a strong desire to smooth things over, which leads to speculation about their motives. If either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Peacony, it would return to its previous illusory dream of hedonism, and the efforts of those previous nameless would once again go to waste. There you are. Did you rest well?
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep sleep.
Even long dreams eventually come to an end. Our adventure in Peacony is reaching its conclusion. After Enna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the Montour system soon arrived and swiftly took control of the situation. Most members of the Oak family fell unconscious, but fortunately, their lives were not in danger.
The mastermind behind the plans was confirmed to be Gopher Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was dead already. He'll face a trial. As for further details, the family would rather not disclose them.
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charmony Festival. They believe the family failed to safeguard the sweet dream, significantly eroding their credibility in the process. While quite different from the truth, this appears to be the outcome with the least impact.
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep. Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll embrace the sweet dream again. Here's a toast, with 3 glasses of Glory of the Trailblaze to all of you. Yeah, it's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion. When will the Astral Express leave Peacony?
We'll stay a bit longer, but not too long.
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell, then it seems to be missing something. Music? Atmosphere? Maybe a special drink to honor those who are not here. Let's see. The mixed drink should be solemn, dignified, and unique, as we'll use it to pay respect to those fallen heroes. To the nameless resting in peace. And to Gallagher.
It's rare for all passengers to leave the Express together during a trailblazing expedition. But for Peacony, it seems most appropriate. Given the conductor's presence, there's no need to worry about it. However, it's crucial that we soon return to inform Pom Pom about, the Nameless. In my dream, the Express stopped at many places, and passengers came and went. However, the 5 of us were always present, and the journey seemed never ending. Perhaps this could be a deep-seated desire inside me. And upon realizing this, I knew it wasn't real. No related records exist in the databank, but I have a theory. The hidden dangers of the Order have always been within the Harmony, and this issue existed within the family from the very beginning. However, now that more powers in the universe are aware of this secret, the situation in the cosmos will become more complicated. Like I said, we'll go and see. Once we've packed everything, we should head to our next destination.
This trailblazing expedition has been thrilling and memorable. Hopefully we've all gained insights about ideals, paranoia, clarity, and dreams from the experiences we've had. One bird longs for the earth and the other longs for the sky. Even if Robin had to stop her brother with her own hands, she won't give up on him. However, facing punishment from the Harmony is inevitable. He will face a trial. As for further details, the family would rather not disclose them. Since the family took up residence in Peacony, the Order has been hiding in plain sight under the guise of the Oak family, using the Stellaron's power to strengthen their hold on the Sweet Dream, which eventually resulted in disaster. That's the claim the family makes. Whether they were truly unaware of all this is a delicate matter. Venturine's efforts finally earned the IPC a seat at the table. As a result, a more senior representative arrived in Peacony and initiated negotiations with the family. As far as the Astral Express is concerned, the IPC will make for an invaluable ally during the negotiations to prevent Peacony returning to its former ways. Well, it was somewhat surprising. In that dream, I returned to my homeworld and reunited with my long-lost friends. And for some reason, Acheron resurfaced in my mind. When I realized that her conclusion was not preserved in memories, I became aware of the bitter truth. The conclusion of a journey can often be sorrowful. All we can do is to try to make sure it ends on a happy note.
Guess what? Something weird just happened when I was on my way over here. Someone gave me a strange gift. So I unwrapped it and found out it was a button with a message on the back. Just press this button and all of Peacony will explode. That sounds terrifying. But who would launch such an obvious attack? They just want to stir up chaos. By the time I turned around, the person had already vanished. So I handed it over to a nearby hound. I heard there were many similar reports before the Charmony Festival started. I'm really worried about the future of Peacony.
Ready to mix your drink? I'm not sure. I haven't seen him since our last meeting at the lounge. Come to think of it, he always did come and go quietly. We used to discuss everything here. But every time he'd leave, I'd realize that I didn't know him at all. Such is the mystery that is Gallagher. I have a hunch. Perhaps he's already fulfilled his wishes and won't be coming back. Before we start, would you like to talk to your friends? We have plenty of time. All right, as you wish. Huh. I think I have an idea about what drink to make. Would you like it bitter or sweet? It's up to you. Choose the flavor that suits you best at this moment. Drowning sweetness. One of the most challenging drinks to make. A slight imbalance in the ingredients can result in an overwhelmingly viscous sweet taste. However, with the right ratios, you get a uniquely sweet drink with a lingering aftertaste. Not a bad choice. Let's start mixing. Words always fall short. If you want to bring closure to past events at this lounge, there's no better way than mixing a drink. Blend all your memories and emotions together and stir them well. Through the filter of time, what remains in the glass is something to savor. Well, it's done. Here's to the nameless resting in peace, and to my friend Gallagher. The spirit of freedom will spread far and wide among the stars, and its legacy will be more timeless than a pastoral song. We're not accepted by the outside world, so we've gathered here. And one day, our souls will return to the same place. Cheers. Oh, are you leaving? Oh, then take this with you. I've mixed more of this last special drink for you. The past shouldn't be forgotten. So I hope it brings back the flavors of Peacony.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting impression.
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too. I know his tastes, and he'll be thrilled. All right, enough with the heavy stuff. You guys have important things to take care of, so let's not dwell on things. Whether it's the Astral Express or Peacony, there's still a long journey ahead. So let's lift our spirits, guys, and embark towards our tomorrows.